Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon, or I should say good evening. My name is Steve Jankowski, and I'm the Director of the Office of Alumni Affairs and the Executive Director of the Siue Alumni Association, and proud to say a 1974 graduate of Southern Illinois University, Edwardsville. And it's my pleasure to welcome you to the first of our 4 commencement exercises for this particular year in the May commencement. I have several things that I'd like to announce and discuss with you, if you don't mind. First and foremost, if you have one of these wonderful electronic devices, please set it on silent, vibrate, or turn it off. We'd rather not have it go off in the middle of commencement. So please, if you wouldn't mind, silence your electronic devices. We appreciate that very, very much. Just a few of the rules of the road. First off, as of now, these doors are closed off behind me on both sides. You can't get out. If you need to leave to use the restrooms, you can leave and go out these back doors back here. Both men's and women's restrooms are to the right, my right. So if you head out and make a right turn, you'll find yourself there. We also ask that you not block the aisles. I know that everybody would like to take photographs, and we understand that. But if you need or want to take a photograph, stand up quickly in the seat in which you are, take your photograph, and sit back down. We cannot have anybody walking into the aisles or blocking the aisles to take a photograph, so please bear that in mind. And in fact, you're likely to get a better photograph if you wait until after the ceremony and pose outside in the evening sunlight. So keep that in mind. We need to keep the aisles clear, and that includes the stairwells. So if you need to leave for any reason, please leave quickly and don't block the stairwells. One of the other things I'd like to share with everybody before the commencement processional begins is please bear in mind that what we're doing here tonight is a celebration of individual achievement in a public setting. Every graduate that walks up here is going to have their name announced. And for the family members who are here to support that graduate, you have every right to cheer and celebrate and make sure they know you're here to support them. But bear in mind that the student or the graduate who is walking up right behind them wants their family to hear their name called too. So as we are having a celebration of individual achievement in a public setting, bear that in mind and be respectful of each and every graduate as they come up. So feel free to applaud and celebrate, but make sure that the next person gets a chance to hear their name read as well. We welcome you once again. We want to also let you know that at the end of commencement, the graduates will leave through those doors. They'll gather quickly and then probably funnel back in. So if you haven't set up a prearranged slot, it'll be a little easier if you just kind of wait or head out those doors after the graduates leave. Thank you again very much for being here. We appreciate your attendance. And for the family members and friends of the graduates tonight, congratulations. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Please remain standing for the presentation of our flag and remain standing for the singing of the Star-Spangled Banner, led by Michaela, Sullivan.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. Well, good evening again and welcome. I'm Paul Ferguson, Provost and Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs. I am just delighted to welcome you to the Spring 2011 Commencement Ceremony for the Graduate School, the School of Business, and the School of Nursing. Tomorrow, the university will confer degrees on graduates of the Graduate School, the School of Education, the College of Arts and Sciences, the School of Engineering, and the School of Pharmacy. In early June, dental school candidates will receive their degrees from the School of Dental Medicine. I am pleased to introduce to you some of the members of the platform party who are with us this evening to extend their congratulations to our graduates. Other members of the platform party will be introduced during the ceremony. If you would hold your applause until I introduce all members of the platform party. Brandon Ron, the SIUE Student Body President. Regina McBride, Dean of Library and Information Services. Mike Costigan, Professor and Chair of Accounting, School of Business. Narbeth Emanuel, Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs. Ken Neer, Vice Chancellor for Administration. Patrick Hundley, Vice Chancellor for University Relations. Jeff Harrison, the SIUE Student Trustee of the SIU Board of Trustees. Karen Kelly, Associate Professor and Coordinator, School of Nursing, representing the SIUE Faculty Senate. Michael Hamill, Staff Senate President-elect. Bev George, President of the SIUE Alumni Association Board of Directors. Would you welcome them here tonight? Thank you. Thank you. In the front rows are seated members of the faculty and staff, and it is through the work of these individuals who design and execute the curricula of our university that our students have been able to achieve their educational goals, culminating in graduation today. I'm going to ask the faculty and the staff to stand, and would you please thank them for the role they've had in graduation tonight. Folks, would you please stand? Thank you. Please be seated. I value them as colleagues and friends. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I am so pleased to introduce to you Dr. Glenn Pichard, the 7th President of Southern Illinois University. Dr. Pichard has brought over 40 years of public service experience to the SIU system and is a tireless advocate for the university at local, state, and national levels. He is truly the premier voice of higher education in our state today. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Glenn Pichard.
Good evening. Trustee Harrison, Chancellor Vandegrift, Provost Ferguson, Mrs. Rohrkasti, members of the Platform Party, friends, guests, and graduates. On behalf of the Southern Illinois University system, I would like to welcome you all to the SIUE Spring 2011 Commencement. Graduates, thank you for representing yourselves, your families, and your alma mater in such an excellent manner over these past several years. On this day, we applaud all that you have accomplished here at the E. And that accomplishment is life-altering. Your college degree is key to a wealth of opportunity. Use it wisely, to its fullest, and your roots will go deep, allowing for strength and stability in all your pursuits. SIUE stands ready to assist you in beginning the next phase of your lifelong learning. Congratulations on this special day. We wish you every success in your future endeavors and look forward to learning of your achievements going forward. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Pichard. We appreciate your support. It is now my honor and pleasure as well to introduce the Chancellor of Southern Illinois University, Edwardsville, Dr. Von Vandegrift. As SIUE's 7th Chancellor, Dr. Vandegrift has been instrumental in guiding the university toward fulfillment of its vision to be recognized nationally as a premier metropolitan university for the excellence of its programs and development of professional and community leaders. He has instituted a plan for achievement of the vision by the year 2015 that incorporates the values and long-term strategic goals of the university. Under his leadership, SIUE has been recognized as one of 68 up-and-coming schools in the U.S. News & World Report Best Colleges of 2011. SIUE has also been recognized for 6 consecutive years by U.S. News and the American Association of Colleges and Universities for its senior assignment program. Since 2004, SIUE has steadily increased enrollment, having achieved a record enrollment of more than 14,000 students this fall, has completed $140 million of a planned $250 million construction and infrastructure program, and is reclassifying to NCAA Division I athletics. Chancellor Vandegrift represents the university in a number of community roles, serving as a member of St. Louis Civic Progress, the Regional Chamber and Growth Association, and the Leadership Council of Southwestern Illinois. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome Chancellor Vandegrift to the podium.
Good evening, and welcome to SIUE Spring 2011 Commencement. I am pleased to join our faculty, staff, and guests in officially congratulating our graduates on the completion of their degree programs. Graduates, today's commencement is a formal academic celebration conducted in your honor. Most of you began your university careers at SIUE as freshmen, while some of you transferred from other colleges and universities. Regardless of the path you took to get here, your presence has enriched the university because you came from differing backgrounds with unique experiences. At the end of these commencement exercises, you will all share alumni status with 90,000 of your fellow Cougars. While you should be proud of your accomplishments, you should also recognize that you have not succeeded by yourselves. During the last 4 or 5 or 6 difficult years, you have received support from many people, and they should be proud as well. These include your immediate family members, parents, guardians, grandparents, spouses, siblings, and children. I would like them now to please stand and be recognized by the graduates. Parents, guardians, grandparents, spouses, siblings, and children. Please stand and be recognized. Graduates, you have also been helped by friends and by other relatives, mentors, and advisors. And I would like them also to please stand and be recognized by you. Relatives, mentors, advisors, friends, please be recognized by the graduates. And finally, at this time, I would also like to recognize all assembled here today who are SIUE alumni. Would all SIUE alumni please stand and be recognized? Well, graduates, you've made it. And not only have you excelled while meeting the challenge of completing a college degree, you have done so during a period of incredible change and challenge, both here at SIUE and beyond. As I'm sure you have learned, a tremendous amount can happen in a relatively short period of time, and the effect can be life-changing. Each of you has witnessed historically unprecedented world events during your years here at the university. I think in particular of the election of our nation's first African-American president in 2008, the earthquakes of Haiti and Japan, the economic recession that has gripped America, and of course, last weekend's significant milepost in the war on terror, the death of Osama bin Laden. These are events that have impacted us all, and it seems that they have only all just occurred, and that you have only just arrived here to begin your studies. Yes, time and history do march on. Closer to home and within the same short time frame, we have been making our own history right here at the E. Our enrollment has increased dramatically in recent years to record levels, and as a result, this week's commencement ceremonies, we will honor a record number of graduates. You may applaud. Thank you. SIUE has also grown in reputation and national recognition, as well as through the addition of key facilities and programming during your time here. You have been on campus to witness our designation by U.S. News & World Report for 2 consecutive years as one of only 68 up-and-coming universities in the nation. This year, we are among these institutions known for our promising and innovative changes in the areas of academics, faculty, and student life. The university is now also listed by Washington Monthly, a national political magazine, as one of the top 50 master's-granting colleges and universities in the United States in the areas of social mobility, research, and service. And while we will never become complacent about the well-being of our students, we are proud to now be recognized as the 21st safest campus in the nation out of the 458 with 6,000 or more students. SIUE's national recognition has also resulted from some dramatic additions to the university's footprint. During your time on campus, we have added the Student Success Center, consolidating student services in order to provide enhanced student support. We have also begun construction of the new Science Building complex. This project will serve to promote SIUE to the next level in health sciences programming and will allow for expansion in our curricula. Along with this, we are adding to the Art and Design Building, the Engineering Building, and this facility, the Vidalabine Center. In addition, a 380-acre nature preserve has now been designated on our campus, protected from development for many years to come in order to provide opportunities for faculty and student research. And you all have been a part of SIUE's current transition to Division I athletics, also calling for facility upgrades, and along with these other achievements, leading to a resurgence of Cougar pride. Many would be tired. Instead, we are energized. The time you have invested here has altered the university's history as well as your own. Now it's up to you to pursue your life goals with the knowledge that you have invested your resources wisely and you are positioned to significantly affect the future. Individuals can alter the course of humanity. You do have the power. Yet the current economic downturn may have a number of you wondering about the challenges of finding success in difficult times. But what I would say to you is you can never entirely predict the opportunities that lay just ahead or even years down the road. What you can be sure of is that the key to your success and ultimate well-being are directly linked to the passion with which you pursue them. Dr. Howard Thurman, American author, philosopher, theologian, educator, and civil rights leader, said, quote, "Don't ask yourself what the world needs. Ask yourself what makes you come alive, and then go and do that. Because what the world needs is people who have come alive." Perhaps Wilbur Wright, brother to Orville and co-creator of the first manned-powered aircraft, summed up passion's power and effect when he said, quote, "We could hardly wait to get up in the morning. As you advance to the next phase of your lives, I urge you to hardly wait to get up in the morning, ready to combine persistence and passion with the important lessons you've gained as a student at the E. Remember the university's values of citizenship, excellence, integrity, openness, and wisdom, and incorporate them into your life's journey. The value of citizenship calls for giving back to your community a portion of what you've been given. The value of excellence demands continuous improvement and a commitment to high standards. The value of integrity: there is no shortcut around accountability and honesty in our communications and our actions. The value of openness welcomes the rich diversity of humankind and calls for respect for individual differences. And finally, the value of wisdom. Perhaps the best manifestation of a commitment to wisdom is to engage in lifelong learning, a pursuit in which your alma mater is well prepared to assist. Graduates, we are confident that you have the skills to succeed and to significantly contribute to the greater good. As you now begin anew, be sure to remain in contact with the university and take advantage of the many support services available to you. These include the Career Development Center, where you can find a variety of useful resources to assist in developing your career path, the Alumni Association, a link to your fellow graduates that provides extremely valuable networking opportunities, and graduate and continuing education courses to enhance your knowledge and training in specific areas. Soon to be alumni, as you prepare for the next stage of your lives, you can help to not only develop yourselves and your potential, you can also assist others to develop and succeed, as you have been helped by the taxpayers of Illinois. Public higher education is receiving a diminishing portion of national and state income, and we must all work to inspire support of public higher education. In this, we ask for your help, graduates, and in return, we commit to ensuring the value of your SIUE degree from this day forward. Graduates, we congratulate you and send you off with this imperative: go and do well, respect those who have come before you, pursue your life's ambitions, and enable others in the pursuit of theirs. Be bold, be achievers, and always be a cougar. Thank you. Today, the university presents the Distinguished Service Award to Mrs. Dolores H. Rohrkasty. Mrs. Rohrkasty, will you please join me at the podium? Dolores Rohrkasty has devoted her time and energies to SIUE for more than 50 years, beginning before ground was broken for its development. As the first woman president of the Edwardsville Chamber of Commerce, Mrs. Rohrkasty was instrumental in organizing a committee of 12 members in 1953 that proposed the creation of our university. Despite receiving threatening letters during this time that said things like, "Why don't you stay home and take care of your kids?" Dolores chaired the bond rally to raise funds to purchase land and construct buildings, and was one of 8 individuals to break ground for the first facility in 1963. She even attended SIUE's first class that was held in the Edwardsville Junior High School. An experienced businesswoman, Mrs. Rohrkasty and her husband Bill owned a dairy in Edwardsville, and she continues to own a real estate appraisal office in Clayton, from which she retired in 2003. She served as the first chairman of the Hospital District Committee, bringing Anderson Hospital to nearby Maryville, Illinois, chaired a committee to buy land behind Main Street to allow for additional parking in downtown Edwardsville, and served on the Bi-State Advisory Board for the Great River Road leading from Alton to Grafton, Illinois. She is among the founders of both the Edwardsville Business and Professional Women's Organization and the Edwardsville League of Women Voters. In recognition of her contributions, Mrs. Rohrkasty received the Outstanding Citizen of Edwardsville Award in 1959 and was appointed in 1966 to the Governor's Commission on the Status of Women. Currently, Dolores is a member of the Greater Edwardsville Area Community Foundation and the Main Street Community Center. Dolores continues to support SIUE today as a member of the Friends of Lovejoy Library Advisory Board, the Meridian Society, and through her involvement with the SIUE Foundation. In all of this, however, Dolores says that her most important achievements are her children, Billy, Randy, Lynn, Linda, Reed, Patrick, and Tommy, and her grandchildren, Zachary, Billy, Christine, John, Kevin, and Stephanie. In public recognition of the distinguished service Mrs. Dolores Rohrkasty has provided Southern Illinois University Edwardsville and the region, and after careful consideration by the faculty, the Chancellor, the President, and the Board of Trustees, the university hereby presents her with the Distinguished Service Award. So please join me in congratulating her on receiving this award today, her 88th birthday. I will move this down for you. I'll move this down for you so you can speak. Congratulations. And here's wishing her 88 more. Mrs. Rohrkasty will now address the graduates, their families, and guests.
Thank you. Thank you, President Pichard. I'd like to thank Mrs. Pichard. Would you stand? And Chancellor Vandegrift and Mrs. Vandegrift, please stand. Thank you. And the Board of Trustees, the graduates, and honored guests. It's with profound gratitude that I accept this award, and I really accept it for many people that worked many years to be able to have a university for their children. I'm going to speak to you today about events that took place many years ago. But before I do that, I'd like to acknowledge my children and grandchildren. Would you stand? I have 6 children, and I'm very proud of them. True story. And this is a story about you. Now, the name of this story is The Impossible Dream. It all started 58 years ago in 1953. Sounds like a long time ago, and it was. We started in Edwardsville, Illinois, a residential and farming community with approximately 6,000 people in that area. Now, there were no interstates. The only roads we had were Route 66 from Peoria on through Springfield and on to St. Louis. There were no internets, no cell phones. In fact, there was a phone system that we used in Edwardsville that you would have to pick up the telephone and tell a living operator what number you wanted. And then she would proceed to get you to talk to that person. The people out on the farms had an 8-party line to talk to the operator, and all the farmers could listen on that 8-party line on what you were saying. That's how long ago it was. But Edwardsville had 2 things going for it: an active Chamber of Commerce with an active president and the first female in that role, and the largest county population in the state of Illinois other than Cook County. Now, the Edwardsville leaders wanted to see the town grow, so the new president, which was me, by the way, formed a 12-person committee to study options for growth. We met in the old Musso restaurant and bar by the courthouse, and old George Musso, is that better? George Musso owned the restaurant. He was captain of the old Chicago Bears, if you remember George Musso. They called him Big Moose. Well, we met in that restaurant, and we talked about what we like, and we said what we didn't want. And we didn't want factories, we didn't want chemical processing plants, or meat packing plants. So someone said in this group, well, why don't we have a university? Well, we talked about that, and then we decided that really, since we are the second largest county in the state of Illinois, that there were two big major universities. One was at the University of Illinois in Champaign, which was my school, and then there was Southern Illinois University in Carbondale. But they weren't very, very close to us. And the problem was that there were so many families, Granite City, East St. Louis, and all around, that had children that could not afford to go to school or couldn't go to St. Louis to the high-priced universities. And actually, only 3% of our population at that time went to a university, just 3%. Right now, this university has graduated 90,000 students that have degrees, and I think that's quite an accomplishment. So we decided that I would write a letter to President David Henry at University of Illinois and to President Delight Morris at Southern Illinois University in Carbondale. The only one that wrote back was President Morris. And he in turn sent John Rendelman, who was the attorney for the school, to come down and advise us. Well, news spread quickly, and all of a sudden the Edwardsville Rotary Club wanted to partake of it. And we had many different people talking by this telephone type of thing that maybe we could have a university here. So we got all excited. And to some, it seemed an impossible dream, but we didn't know any better. So the news spread quickly, and by 1955, John Rendelman brought in Dr. Harold C., who helped coordinate this effort. Dr. C. ran an exciting SIU program in Belleville, offering continuing education courses for teachers. So he spent a year meeting with business, industry, union leaders, educators, bankers, professional people, and residents throughout Madison and St. Clair County. Now, we had gotten to that point, and we said, well, now where are we going to put this? Troy wanted the university, East St. Louis wanted the university. So Dr. C called in Dr. Anslo Myers from New York University, and he was to decide where we would have the university. Dr. Myers decided Edwardsville because the location was halfway in all directions. So we were lucky to get that. The next point was, and this is, I hope that you learn this today. Every bit of the land that you studied has been financed and paid for by your grandparents and your great-grandparents. The state didn't give us the land. There were 75 farms and 2,600 acres. So Bob Levis, who was a banker in Alton, became the general chairman. And we had the committees for each committee: Edwardsville, Alton, Wood River, Granite City. And Charles Schmidt and I were co-chairman for Edwardsville. Now, we each had a chair, and we were charged with raising money for purchasing the land. Excuse me. It was believed that we wouldn't be able to get Springfield's attention unless we presented the legislator with the land all tied up in a big red bow. So we raised all the money to buy the land of 75 farms. I think that's an accomplishment for our grandparents. But that's exactly what we did. And some of the money came from residents, some came from industries, from business, possibly your grandparents, and in various denominations from $5 to a $30 check we received from Spencer Olin, who owned the Olin Matheson in Alton. Well, we got the legislators' attention. But how are we going to come up with the money to build buildings? We didn't know how we were going to get that done. So we formed a bond rally. And this was all farmland. So we set up a flatbed truck, just a plain old truck with a flatbed. And we invited Governor Stratton to come down. And we wanted to raise money for a bond rally so we could build a building. So we provided transportation out on the farm, just where the hairpin part is. We put the flatbed out and we put Governor Stratton on top of that flatbed. Well, the Post-Dispatch, and some of you heard this, the Post-Dispatch sent a helicopter over with a photographer. Photographer leaned out, and of course this farmer that lives next to the hairpin had some horses. So the horses were spooked, and all of a sudden they were racing around. Out comes the farmer with a shotgun. And we had all these people on buses all around, sitting around in chairs in the wheat field. Well, the farmer shot at the helicopter and hit it. And luckily it didn't come down. But the farmer did go to court, and we got a lot of publicity out of it. So no one went to jail, luckily, but it was a little frightening. Then we found out that the Chicago politicians weren't having any part of our helping for a new downstate university. They didn't want us included in this bond rally that was necessary to achieve our dream. I don't know what the problem was. All we wanted was $25 million. It seemed impossible, but John Sullivan was very politically savvy, and he knew his way around Springfield. So he met with the Chicago contingent and brokered a deal. He said, if you will vote for our new campus, we will allow you to have a new U of I campus in Chicago. Well, the bond issue carried. Spencer Olin nudged his good friend, Governor Stratton, and convinced him it was the right thing to do. So with that, the two counties carried the vote on November the 8th, 1960, and it passed, bringing us the needed funds to build the campus, Southern Illinois University, Edwardsville. That's the first groundbreaking was on June the 3rd, 1963. It is now the Peck Building. If you know, I'm sure you know where the Peck Building is. That's the very first one. Chancellor Vandegrift has the original shovel and hard hat in his office. Now, I could tell you more stories, but I know you're anxious to get out of here. But I'm going to tell you one more thing. When we were trying to buy the farmland, a St. Louis real estate company was asked to make land purchases to buy the farmland, but they weren't to tell anyone what it was for. Now, there was a rumor going around that the state was going to build a penitentiary. So the farmers heard that there was a new penitentiary going to be building here on the 2,600 acres. Well, the farmers weren't too happy about that. So it got pretty emotional. And one day on the west entrance of the campus on Old Pogue Road, some of you come in on that road, the agents were allegedly attacked by the farmers. They were pulled out of their cars. They were tarred and feathered, and they were stuck back in the car. They never returned to Edwardsville. I just wanted to point that out to tell you what we were up against. It seemed impossible. And now, graduates, you've realized your dream. Maybe you've endured hardships, and you most certainly worked hard to be where you are today. Maybe working 2 jobs or foregoing other things to arrive at where you are today. And you'll probably encounter more challenges just like the nearly 90,000 graduates of SIUE who have gone before you. Challenges that have the potential to help you realize your goals. But know this, what seems impossible at the time can become a dream realized. So keep dreaming your impossible dreams because it's possible to achieve them. You are the living proof of what we dreamed 58 years ago. Our impossible dream became a reality. Good night, good luck, and go E!
Thank you so much, and for your commitment to us. For each commencement ceremony, one graduate is asked to speak on behalf of the graduating class. The graduate chosen for this ceremony is Mr. Lyndon Graver. Lyndon is receiving his bachelor's degree in economics and finance from the SIUE School of Business. He is a member of Phi Kappa Phi, Phi Eta Sigma, and Beta Gamma Sigma, and he is a presidential scholar. Most recently, he received the Delta Sigma Pi Key Award. This honor is awarded to graduating seniors with the highest business program GPA. For the School of Business class of 2011, there was a four-way tie for the highest GPA, and Lyndon was among the four. This fall, Lyndon plans to attend Baylor University to pursue an MBA. Upon graduating, he plans to pursue a career as a chartered financial analyst and will work in the personal investments industry, focusing specifically on wealth management. We all need to know Lyndon, I think. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Lyndon Graver as the class of 2011 commencement student speaker.
To begin with, I would like to extend my gratitude to the administration, Chancellor Vandegrift, Provost Ferguson, Dean G. Martino, and Associate Dean Joplin, for giving me the honorable opportunity to stand before you all today. I would also like to express my gratefulness to the faculty, particularly Dr. Navin and Dr. Edwardsville, who have each had a profound impact on my past and future academic careers. Finally, I offer a special congratulations to the graduates for their hard work and persistence. In this moment, I am humbled due to my great respect for and admiration of all my classmates. When I think about the class of 2011, the first word that comes to mind is unique. We are unique in the sense that we are graduating from a growing metropolitan university that is leaving its ever-growing footprint in the St. Louis area and taking that mark to the national level. But what's also unique about this class is the condition of the world into which we are entering. Today's world is drastically different from what it was even 5 years ago. Our nation is involved in 3 wars, our legislators are in complete disharmony, and our state's fiscal irresponsibility has burdened us with the inability to fund institutions of learning and other socially responsible endeavors. As discouraging as this may seem, it is the positive and uplifting events like the one we are here for tonight that remind us that we have every reason to be optimistic about our future. I'm sure you all remember, as I do, gathering in this very room 4 years ago, much like we are gathered here today, with our parents and loved ones looking on from the bleachers. That day, Chancellor Vandegrift welcomed us to SIUE. He expressed to us what our university values most: citizenship, excellence, integrity, openness, and wisdom. He challenged us to explore and uphold each of these values while succeeding in our academic endeavors so that one day we would all be able to participate in commencement. Fast forward 4 years. Here we are, sitting in our caps and gowns with our families and loved ones looking on. Our education thus far has instilled in us the values that this university cherishes most. We have learned what it means to be a citizen and the responsibility that this privilege carries. We have achieved high standards of academic excellence in the classroom. We have developed a sense of accountability to and honesty with those we serve and from whom we receive support. We have welcomed each other's differences in an environment of inclusion. And finally, we have actively participated in the sharing of knowledge that we will continue to pursue for a lifetime. I believe that it is these values that will allow us all to make a positive difference in the lives of the people around us. Some of us will be pursuing further academic achievements in graduate school. while others will be starting promising careers as fresh members of the workforce. Perhaps the greatest concern weighing on our minds at this point is the daunting task of gaining employment with the current condition of the job market. But I think it would be a mistake to allow ourselves to become discouraged by this. We must remember, opportunity exists in all aspects of our world, whether we easily recognize it or not. I believe the true value of our education lies not in our exam scores and GPAs, but in our ability to find and capitalize on opportunity when others cannot. It is out of adversity that true success is born, and it is my personal belief that this success is indicative of an SIUE education. So as we leave campus today for the final time, let us not forget what brought us here in the first place: a thirst for knowledge, a drive to succeed, and the guiding hands of those who love and support us the most, our families. If it weren't for the sacrifices of our devoted parents, spouses, and loved ones, many of us would not be sitting here in this gym tonight. Just as we have received love and support, it is now our duty to return the favor. As we transition to the next stage of our promising lives, may we take with us the values our families and university have introduced to us and use them to shape the world in a positive way. In closing, I urge you all to discover what truly makes you happy and to pursue it at all costs. Remember to remain optimistic and not to get discouraged. Never become complacent and never miss an opportunity to learn something new. Take time to lend a helping hand. Be determined to be inspirational. Succeed when others deem it to be impossible. Give love and receive love. And always devote your efforts to making a positive impact on the lives of those you encounter. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lyndon, and we wish you all the best in your career. Now, Jerry Weinberg, Acting Associate Provost for Research and Acting Dean of the Graduate School, Marcia Maurer, Dean of the School of Nursing, and Gary Giamartino, Dean of the School of Business, will present candidates for the conferral of graduate and undergraduate degrees. Chancellor Vandegrift will confer the degrees.
Candidates receiving graduate degrees: Masters of Science, Masters of Business Administration, Masters of Marketing Research, Masters of Science in Accountancy, please rise. Chancellor Vandegrift, these candidates, subject to the completion of all requirements established by the university and the graduate school, are recommended to you for the formal conferral of their respective degrees.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty and the Dean of the Graduate School, and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Southern Illinois University Board of Trustees, I confer on each of you the graduate degree or certificate earned with all rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Graduates, please be seated.
Dean Marcia Maurer will present candidates for conferral of baccalaureate degrees from the School of Nursing.
Good evening. Chancellor Vandegrift, if you just indulge me for a moment. Today begins National Nurses Week. So to all the nurses in the audience, the School of Nursing wishes you Happy Nurses Week. Will the candidates for the baccalaureate degrees from the School of Nursing please rise? Chancellor Vandegrift, these candidates, subject to the completion of all requirements established by the university and the School of Nursing, are recommended to you for the formal conferring of their degrees.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty and the Dean of the School of Nursing, and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Southern Illinois University Board of Trustees, I confer on each of you the baccalaureate degree earned with all rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Graduates, please be seated.
Dean Gary Giamartino will present candidates for conferral of baccalaureate degrees from the School of Business.
Thank you, Provost Ferguson. Will candidates for baccalaureate degrees from the School of Business please rise? Chancellor Vandegrift, these candidates, subject to the completion of all requirements established by the university and the School of Business, are recommended to you for the formal conferring of their degrees.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty and the Dean of the School of Business, and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Southern Illinois University Board of Trustees, I confer on each of you the baccalaureate degree earned with all rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Graduates, please be seated.
Will all the graduates now please rise? In recognition of the degree bestowed upon you, you may now move the tassel from right to left. Graduates, please be seated.
Please note that recipients of baccalaureate degrees who have graduated with honors, high honors, and highest honors are noted in the program by 1, 2, or 3 asterisks, respectively. They also are wearing cords on their academic regalia indicating their honors. In addition, candidates who are honors scholars are indicated in the program with an H, and we're very proud of those accomplishments. Well, we have come to that part of the program when candidates for degrees will proceed to the platform in program order. I would ask the audience to please remain seated until all graduates have come forward to be recognized. The names of the graduates will be read by Dr. Michael Costigan, Professor and Chair of Accounting in the School of Business.
Graduate School, Master of Business Administration, Lindsay Elizabeth Bozeman. Erin Renee Kress-Weiss. Nathaniel Joseph Diorio. Vanessa Lynn Froelich. Natalie Lynn Gestincourt. Sorry. Tricia Amber Gestincourt. Mark Thomas Hawk. Rebecca L. Heckert. Nicholas J. Hyman. Courtney Lynn Hogan. Brian Patrick Jackson. Deborah Jean Yavorsky Joseph. Teresa Marie Kerr. David A. Kistner. Kyle Evan Martin. Mallory Jean Sedaris. Robin Marie Soldwich. Jeremy L. Steichoff. Brittany Nicole Stroh. Harsha Thoda. Jacqueline Ruth Weisenborn. Alexis Marie White. Dane Noah Whitworth. Master of Science, Dawn D. Greenwood. Rabili Kalem. Ross James Schmidt. Jared Anthony Segrest. David W. Smith. Andrew P. Spear. Dali Shushma Yalamanchi. Master of Science in Accountancy, Michael Gregory Evans. Laura Ann Johnston. Jennifer Lee Meyer. Candace Lee Nettleton. Chad J. Richter. Stephanie Loren Schutte. Andrew Jared Tolbert. School of Nursing, Bachelor of Science, Olufunmilola Ajala. Monica Simone Albert. Robin Lara Allen, cum laude. Jasmine Monet Andrews. John Edmund Arceo. Amy Diane Bernard. Jessica Lynn Bovenglow. Casey Danielle Bonham, cum laude. Elise Elizabeth Portmess. Lauren Gail Boxdorfer, cum laude. Laura Ann Brent, magna cum laude. Ashley Lauren Bush. Abigail J. Kennedy. Charlotte Damaris Annette Castles. Kara Michelle Connolly. Erin Lynn Corley. Emily Nicole Cowell. Sarah Ann Delashmitt. Favor Esejian Jukpen. Lauren Michelle Drawl. Nicole Lynn Evans, cum laude. Noelle Louise Frankie. Sarah Beth Femler. Michaela Mary Geiser. Jacqueline Ann Gerard, cum laude. Charday Renee Gray. Andrea Catherine Hainwinkle. Brittany Ann Heaton. Jania Rochelle Heavens. Craig Dwayne Hitchens. Robin McKinsey Holliday. Rachel Elizabeth Holtgrave. Natasha Marie House. Mark Aaron Hughes, cum laude. Kelly Marie Humphrey, cum laude. Kathleen Grace Jenkins, cum laude. Stephanie Lynn Johnson, magna cum laude. Suzanne Elizabeth Johnson. Jacob Andrew Jolliffe. Ashley E. Call. Jean Marie Kaminsky. Mark Aaron Carrick, cum laude. Jennifer M. King. Danelle Lynn LeBeau, cum laude. Matthew Brownell Martin, cum laude. Kaylee Lynn McBrain. Sarah Elizabeth McElwee. Ashley Lynn Marie McNeil. Shelley Daniel Miners, cum laude. Marissa Brianne Menke. Julie Ann Mockler. Allison Richter Menster. Casey Marie Moore. Tara Elise Myers, cum laude. Brielle Lynn Nation, cum laude. Allison Renee Nolan, summa cum laude. Amanda M. Norton. Colette Marie O'Leary. Megan Lynn Otten. Lenexis Paris Ann Owens, cum laude. Rachel Pilato, cum laude. Ashley Nicole Pennington, cum laude. Lan Foon Fan. Danielle Christine Powers, cum laude. Christiana Puckett. Allison Joy Rebbe. Jacqueline Diane Reeder. Kara Lynn Reimer. Amanda Catherine Roberts, cum laude. Alyssa Marie Rui. Rachel Sue Sasser. Grace Jillian Sulog. Claire Elizabeth Sieper, cum laude. Catherine Siebenberger. Tiffany Sippo, magna cum laude. Michelle Bailey Smoot. Morgan Elizabeth Spain, magna cum laude. Deborah Lynn Spillman, cum laude. Allison Marie Stift. Kelly Elizabeth Stiles. Kara Jane Van Sasek. Tara Catherine Venverlo, summa cum laude. Danielle Jadon Walker. Keandra Nicole Walker. Ashley Brooke Wallace, cum laude. Sarah Michelle Wallace, cum laude. Brianna Lachey West. Christina Marie White. Vanessa Jo Weiland. Allison Jean Wojak. Erica L. Yates, cum laude. Zachary Mark Yoder. School of Business, Bachelor of Science, Thomas William Allen. Craig Logan Amling. Jesse Ray Anderson. Kevin A. Barbeau. Lauren Rosalie Barker. Cassandra Ray Bates. David Allen Baumgartner. Corey M. Beck. Holly Elizabeth Berger, cum laude. Christian Lee Bias. Matthew John Blackman, cum laude. Gregory Mark Blevins. Eric Patrick Bollinger. Juliet Yvette Boone, summa cum laude. Adam Michael Bray. Jacob James Britton, cum laude. April May Brueggemann, cum laude. Nicola Bandalo, cum laude. Cara Marie Burke. Van Powers Burnett. Leah Marie Byford. Justin Michael Bird. Sarah Ann Cagle. Michael F. Chamberlain, Jr. Daniel D. Cheval. Mallory Jo Schote, cum laude. Cynthia Jennifer Colon. Chase Gardner Costner. Rodney James Craven. Janice Renee Daniel. Dustin William Daniels. Lauren Nicole Lynn Daniels. Benjamin William Dempsey. Kyle Edward Dickinson. Carrie Lynn Downing, cum laude. Dakota Page Drake. Anthony Jared Dubois. Jessica Dale Edwards. Ryan Christopher Elliott. Daniel Stephen Emmerbeyer. Catherine M. Fofolia. Alex Ray Ford. Lacey A. Ford. Cooper Thomas Foes. Janelle Caroline Frankie. Brian Lee Fryer. Catherine Marie Fry. Alex Anthony Richard Graff. Elizabeth Ann Gray. Courtney Ann Greenhill. Matthew Reed Grimes. Paul Joseph Haas, Jr. Ross Allen Hampton. Zachary Taylor Hannawalt. Sean P. Hannon. Dustin Lynn Harlow. Leanna Jo Haar. Adrienne B. Hartman. Clifton Lawrence Hatcher. Catherine A. Howcap. Aaron James Hecker, cum laude. Stevie R. Heimbach. Austin Charles Hiley. Heather Ann Hilmes. Patrick S. Honey. Joshua Michael Hubbard. Curtis L. Yugi. Michelle Renee Hurst. David K. Janis. Emily Marie Johnson. Chelsea Lynn Johnston, magna cum laude. Lyndon Russell Graver, summa cum laude. Stephen Lewis Jose. Tyler John Kempf. Afton Lisa Kennedy. Lindsay D. Kennedy. Lindsay K. Michelle Kenner, cum laude. Courtney Ann Kirkemeyer, cum laude. Sarah Lenora Kramer. Stephanie Christine Keene. Jeremy Emil Lagerhausen. Chelsea Ann Lessico, summa cum laude. Jory Eric Lewis. Kelly Jean Limbaugh, magna cum laude. Jeffrey James Limbatis. Travis Roger Mansholt. Kyle Andrew Markham. Alyssa Danae McGill, cum laude. Matthew Robert McLagan. Blake Michael Mealy, magna cum laude. Kathleen Keeley Meehan, magna cum laude. James Morgan Mestow. Tara Ray Miller. Christopher B. Misroon. Sean Matthew Moreno. Margie D. Murphy. Jacob Daniel Newman. Tyler C. Neerman. Jill Aline Norris. Kathleen Helen Offerman. Alicia M. Osborne. Caleb Richard Osborne, cum laude. Nathan Tyler Palmer, cum laude. Devang A. Patel. Paige Diane Petro. Caitlin Elizabeth Pewterbaugh. Robert Ray Ron. Melissa Ann Ramsey, cum laude. Jill Elizabeth Ravanelli. Taylor K. Reed. Ryan Michael Richardson. Amanda Marie Richter. DeAndre Lamar Rogers. Jace E. Ruddick. Zachary Lee Sandifer. Jennifer M. Schaefer. Mitchell David Scheller. Brian Andrew Schmidt. Amy Lynn Schutte. Hillary Renee Scott. Rachel Ann Seward. Kathleen Elizabeth Shook. Charles T. Simpson, Jr. Jenna Christine Slee. Brett Charles Smith, cum laude. Martin Joel Smith. Richard J. Solomon, Sr. Jade Lynn Stockton, cum laude. Samuel C. Stowe, cum laude. Brogan L. Strong. Derek Joe Stroop. Tiffany Lynn Suharski. DeAndre Lamons Taylor, cum laude. Michelle Lynn Tolley, magna cum laude. Jeffrey Thomas Took, magna cum laude. Derek Robert Tucker. Tyler B. Underfelt. Brittany Elizabeth Varndell. Ryan Jonathan Vogt, cum laude. Kimberly Larissa Warren, cum laude. Bridget Marie Wayne. Kyle Robert Wegman. Nicholas C. Worley. Christopher Stephen West. Drew Philip Westendorf, cum laude. Christina Galen White. Darcy Lynn Williams. Zachary Lee Wright. Derek Michael Yu. Brittany Nicole Zaire. Bachelor of Science in Accountancy, Sami Bassam Abudulay. Angela D. Barker. Cassandra Nicole Becker. Alicia Rose Bianco. Alyssa R. Bierker. Gregory W. Blom. Jessica Marie Bunt. Brian M. Carey. Joseph Richard Durr. Carolyn Lee Disher, magna cum laude. Randall Scott Frazier. Jenna Renee Furness. James M. Georges. Tyler Richard Gray. Melanie Griffith. Kristen Nicole Gronert, cum laude. Joseph Hayden Haskins. Jessica Anna Keekley. Jacob Jeffrey Kunkel. Brian Stephen Lange. Sarah Lynn McPike, cum laude. Michael Stephen Mears, cum laude. Sarah M. Messer. Christopher D. Myers. Alexander David Newland, cum laude. Amy Marie Palachek, summa cum laude. Robert Royce Pedigo. Adam Levi Peter. Casey Michelle Quimby. Ryan T. Randolph. Marissa E. Reichert. Tyler Timothy Robertson. Douglas Jerome Sandweg. Jessica Marie Sass. Brooke Lauren Schaller. Michael Scott Short. Jennifer Nicole Von Bergen. Rachel Lee Webb, cum laude. Amy Elizabeth Wendler. Ashley T. Wilkie. Jamie Leanne Westenfeld. Courtney Christine Zeiger.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give our graduates one last round of applause. Thank you. Very nice. Thank you so much. On behalf of the university, I wish to thank members of the SIUE Wind Symphony under the direction of John Bell for their fine musical presentation today. Professor Bell. We appreciate the ROTC Army Guard for their presentation of colors. And we want to thank our interpreters, Becky McKay and Becky Combs, for making the commencement program so available for the hearing impaired. I also wish to thank our vocalist, Michaela Sullivan, and request that she again lead us in singing both verses of the SIUE alma mater, Hail SIUE, which is printed on the back cover of your program. Let's give Michaela a hand before we sing. Ladies and gentlemen, following the alma mater, please be seated and remain seated until the platform party, the faculty, and the graduates have left the seating area. We are so grateful that you've joined us this evening. It's a very special night for all of us, and particularly in honoring the graduates. We hope you'll always feel at home coming back to campus. Thank you so much. And for the alma mater.
Above the Mississippi plain, your splendor meets the sky. You give to all a chance to gain. You raise our spirits high. Hail, hail, SIUE, our gratitude we owe. Our fount of opportunity, where'er in life we go. To college life we bid adieu, and wend our separate ways. Yet college friends and mentors too are with us all our days. Hail, all hail, SIUE, our alma mater true. Let's fill our glasses joyfully and raise our toast to you.